No matter how much we want a fresh start, sometimes the demons of past relationships can get the better of us. Want to learn how to turn a new page and give your relationship a chance? Stay tuned. Welcome to Blissful Consults with yours truly, Dr. Cammy, a PhD licensed psychotherapist with special training in trauma informed healthcare. Candace from California wrote in with a question about starting fresh in a new relationship. Dear Dr. Cammy, I am newly in a relationship after a 10-year marriage with a narcissist. I can feel the trauma from my past relationship getting in the way of this one. How can I start fresh after years of abuse? How do I start fresh? This is such a relevant question for so many listeners. Stay tuned to hear my response. Hello, my name is Dr. Cammy, and I am the president and founder of Bliss in Being. We offer cutting edge psychotherapy and coaching for people who are ready to heal from the chronic effects of stress and trauma. I personally can help you move from the brink of burnout to holistic thriving. It's time for you to finally enjoy the life you've worked so hard to build, and I am here to help you make it happen. A new relationship offers all kinds of possibilities. The what ifs are endless. The butterflies and excitement are there. But as we move into a new relationship, the hardships of our previous relationships can follow us. They can be so intrusive. Sometimes we wonder if we're inherently damaged and incapable of having a healthy relationship. To get past this self defeating mindset, you need a plan to work through your fears. There are many different ways that people have found relief from their fears, especially in relationships. Some people find it helpful to connect with others who have similar relationship goals. They confide in each other and act as a sounding board. Sometimes just hearing the things we are thinking about can recenter us. Other people are more personal and private about their growth in a new relationship. That is also totally fine. And I suggest in that case, you confide in a journal at the very least, so you can track your thoughts and your emotions and how they change over time. We can sometimes trick ourselves if we don't have another person, even our own eyes reading a journal, holding us accountable. How can you work through your fear to show up fully in your relationship? Fear of relationship failure can keep you from receiving and giving the love you really deserve. But by taking concerted steps, you can work through your fears and you can come out the other side with a sense of openness and freedom you never even imagined possible. So let's get started with some of the fundamentals. So, number one, acknowledge your fear, name it and understand it. When you consider your relationship, what are the greatest fears? Is it, I am unlovable? I am not good enough? I am too much for someone to love? Naming your fear is a really important step. We can sometimes feel shame around our fear, and then we sugarcoat it or we call it something else entirely. So, if you need support in naming your fear, get it. You can talk to a therapist, a best friend, your family members, whatever you need to face the truth, get that resource. Number two, learn about your history of your fear. Whether you talk about it in counseling, again, or with in a journal or with a friend, you need to understand how this fear came into existence. And more importantly, how it stayed alive all these years. What feeds the fear? Who brings the fear into existence? What are the conditions within which this fear gets stronger and more real? Also, ask all of these questions in the other direction. For example, who in my life makes this fear smaller? When does this fear get less intense and intrusive? And number three, create an action plan. Don't let your fear paralyze you into inaction. Start taking small steps toward your goal and build from there. Let's take an example. So, in my practice, I see a lot of people with the relationship fear. I'm not worthy of healthy love. I ask them to picture someone who is worthy of healthy love. It could be a friend or a family member, even a fictional character in a movie. And I ask them to write down a list of things that this person would do as evidence that they are worthy of love. My clients say all kinds of things. That person would stand firm in their values, even if it meant ending the relationship. That person would share their true thoughts and emotions without filtering them. That person would share their fears, even if they were embarrassing. And then you can guess what comes next, I bet, right? That's right. Yes, I ask my clients to then behave, to just try to practice behaving in those ways that they thought the other person was worthy of. Behave as someone who deserves healthy love. And then over time, they become someone who is worthy of healthy love. And lastly, work with a support group. You do not have to go at it alone. Many people out there have the same fears as that you do. And working through these challenges together can make all the difference in the world. By facing your fear head on with people who understand what you are going through, you can help each other overcome it and then become stronger as a result of it. We all have fears that hold us back from experiencing our relationships fully, but we can work past them and be in a relationship that we truly, truly deserve.